High school football week number 7 as we take a look at another matchup as the James Wood Colonels travel to face the Sherando Warriors in a rivalry that has been filled with many great memories. Last week, the Colonels traveled to Meridian, defeating Meridian 22-19. As always, joining me, the head coach of the James Wood Colonels, Todd Wilson. And Coach, first and foremost, I just want to get your thoughts. It seemed like an emotional, hard-fought victory, 22-19. What were some of the keys you took from this victory against Meridian?
One, just obviously happy to come out of there with a win. It's the first time I've been down there. Our JV team traveled down there last year, but that was my first trip down there. It's interesting. It's interesting facilities. They got really nice facilities. You kind of driving in, and all of a sudden you feel like you're in a city environment, and next thing you know, you're sitting right there at the school, which kind of looks a little bit different than a normal high school right there in the middle of the city. And they have a nice facility there, and it was a good atmosphere. They had a good crowd. Meridian's a hard-nosed football team. They play really hard, and I think our kids battled back and forth, and we're fortunate to come out on the winning side of that one.
Offensively looking, I know Owen Neal had some pretty good runs as well as Dominic Ramirez in the game. Just looking at your offensive line to create space for your playmakers to make moves. How do you like the offensive side of the football in your mind?
Yeah, we were doing some good things up front. We've been working with those guys and challenging those guys to get better every week. Owen's done a good job of what we're doing within our scheme of football. He's making some really good reads and doing some nice things there. And Dom is finally back healthy. I've been answering the question a lot last several weeks is why he wasn't as a big of a player on the offense as he was last year. He hadn't been very healthy. He banged his ankle up week 1, week 2, and he's really been battling an ankle injury. So he's really a key player on our defensive line. He plays defenses as well as anybody on our football team. So we've just really rested him offensively. He's back more healthier now than he has been in the last several weeks, and it showed in that game. He runs the ball pretty hard, and he's a hard kid to tackle once he gets into the secondary. So it was nice to see him finally do some of the things that we know he's capable of doing when he's healthy.
And we spoke last week, Coach, about how Meridian liked to run the football. And you mentioned your defense rotating guys in and out to keep them kind of fresh in a sense. How do you think your defense fared with Meridian's offense?
Um, they're going to have a lot of rushing yards because that's what they do. They run the ball. We made stops when we needed to. We would like to have made a couple more here and there. I think we only had, besides the last possession where we were just trying to, run out the clock, I think we only had 6 or 7 offensive possessions. We only ran 46 offensive plays. They almost doubled us in offensive plays and obviously time of possession. That's their brand of football. They limit you in what you can do offensively because you just don't have that many opportunities. But defensively, I thought we did well. We threw a lot of bodies out there. A lot of kids got a lot of playing time. On the defensive line and our outside linebacker positions, guys rotated in a lot. There was some ups and downs. Some players did a little bit better than others, but we kept fresh bodies in there, which helped us tremendously.
And there was a video I saw on social media when the final horn sounded, if you will, to claim the victory over Meridian. Looked like your defense brought pressure. Meridian was trying to drive down. The sideline looked very, very excited. Coach, after these last 2 games, what was the excitement like just getting a win back in the win column for this Colonels team?
Yeah, that's what it's all about is, winning at the end of the day. That's what everybody's working so hard for. And these games aren't easy. They've been, kind of lopsided the last 2 weeks leading up to the Meridian game. We, feeling pretty good about ourselves and where we were headed in the right direction in their program. And, we're just not there yet when we are facing these, top tier caliber teams in the area. That's kind of what we got, staring down the barrel this week with Sherando, but it obviously felt good with that win. We had to make a play. The defense stepped up. The offense drove down and scored, which put us in the lead. We tried to run the clock out. We left them with, just 20, 18, 20 seconds left. We kind of knew what they had to do at that point, something that isn't their bread and butter. They had to throw the ball, and, our defense kind of, we dropped everybody back, kept everything in front of us. And, our defensive line at that point knew they were going to try to probably pass. So we really got after the quarterback there, and it was nice to get out there with a win.
Looking ahead to this week, traveling to face Sherando. I'm sure you and me both know what Sherando has to offer. Just your thoughts on the matchup and what you're looking to do on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean they're one of the top tier teams in our division, in our area. They score a lot of points, and they don't allow their opponents to score points. They're a really good football team. Nothing super flashy. They just line up, and they like to run the ball. The quarterback's really good. He's another kid that can run the ball. He can throw it as well. He hasn't had to throw it as much as what maybe he wants to, or maybe what they do offensively, but they haven't really needed to throw the ball. They've been able to control the game with their running game, and with his running ability as well. And then defensively, they just are really stingy with giving up points. They don't let you drive the length of the field. And it's once they get down in the red zone, it's hard to come away with points against their defense as well.
It is James Wood and Sherando, a rivalry renewed with a lot of great memories over the years. As always, joining me, the head coach of the James Wood Colonels, Todd Wilson. Coach, always appreciate your time. Looking forward to catching up with you soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Josh.